Asalamualaykum and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sawdatou. I usually say aka Bint Fatimah, aka da 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 da, but I'm just gonna end it there. It's your girl Sawdatou because I don't know where this channel name is gonna go. So if you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you're returning, thank you so much for subscribing. So I'm gonna get right into the topic of this video. But basically, so I've been gone for like almost a month after saying that I'm recommitting to coming back to YouTube for sure, and then I just went ghost because Danny Phantom, that's who I am. Now I'm back, and I think I just wanted to get some things like not off my chest, but just wanted to talk about some things. Maybe there's no elephant in the room, but just like address some things like my name change on YouTube, as well as like what's been going on and what's been on my mind and where I see this channel kind of going. First is the name change. So when I first started Bint Fatimah, it's been a year actually. I started in March of 2020 and now it's March 2021. And when I started, I talked about, and I'll link the video up in the cards, I think up on this side. I did an introduction and I talked about how like the reason why I named my channel Bint Fatimah is because I am Fatimah's daughter. So my mom's name is Fatu, may Allah have mercy on her soul, Ameen. And in Arabic, her name is Fatimah. So Bint Fatimah in Arabic just means the daughter of Fatimah. So that's why I named my channel after that. Kind of like to pay homage to the fact that I'm my mother's daughter. But I have been doing a lot of soul searching, and I've been on this journey of like growing and getting to know myself and like healing and all these things. And one of the things that I've come to recognize is that I will forever be my mother's daughter. Whether or not I tell people I am my mother's daughter, I am my mother's daughter, but I'm also myself. I'm just gonna name it Sincerely Soda because for a really long time, one of the things I really wanted to be was to be a sincere person. And I'm not saying that I've arrived at it, but I'm working on it. And so that's why I wanna name this channel Sincerely Soda from now on, because it's just gonna be me, sincerely. Wordplay. In the past couple of months, I feel like I haven't really given a life update. I had started working. I was working as an English tutor on a website that I shall not name, just in case I say something negative about them. I don't want no repercussions. The website that I started working for, I kind of knew what I was getting myself into because I knew I was going to be teaching English. I didn't know the extent to which I would be doing work outside of just teaching online. So for example, some students would ask for me to prepare certain lessons, and I had to like remember all students' information. So I ended up making like a doc where I kept like lessons that we did recently, just so I didn't get things lost. Sorry if you keep hearing that noise. Is my floors, they're really creaky. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, but for the amount of pay that I was getting and the amount of work that I was doing, it just didn't seem like a good fit for me, and it was really exhausting. I was working 6 days a week, sometimes 7. I was working 8 hours a day, which isn't too bad, but sometimes I was working up to 10 hours a day. And also I didn't get paid for the time that I spent like preparing for these lessons, or the time that I spent finding materials or answering students' questions and all that kind of stuff. But I really did enjoy being on that website because I met so many people from all around the world. I met people from Turkey, from Brazil, from Japan, from Korea, from Morocco, from Mauritania. I met people from literally everywhere in the world, from Spain, Portugal, all these places, and it was really, really fun and exciting. But then there were also like the students that weren't very respectful, or the students that were low-key, high-key racist, and so that was really hard to deal with. But that's why I didn't really have time to like sit down and film videos and post on YouTube for a while. I do still want to work as a teacher, but I realized that like teaching online is just not for me. Anyways, long story short, I'm not working there anymore. That's why now I can like focus more attention on YouTube. In the meantime, I've been job hunting kinda. And as for like other things that have been going on, I was feeling extremely burnt out. And I know I talk about this like every couple of months. Y'all are probably like, girl, why you always burnt out? What you doing? But like I was feeling extremely burnt out, and I feel like I had social media fatigue or exhaustion. I was constantly on Instagram, and even when I wasn't posting on Instagram, I was on there just like scrolling through my explore page and just like looking through everything. And so I wasn't getting any like time offline. So combined with working as an online teacher, I was on the computer 8 hours a day, up to 10 hours a day. And then I was on Instagram between my breaks. My eyes never got a rest from the screen. And honestly, I just felt so much fatigue. So recently I decided to just deactivate my Instagram account because I stopped working at that online teaching job. And so I decided to also let go of anything else that wasn't really serving me or wasn't really, I don't know, didn't really give me any sense of purpose or fulfillment or whatever it may be. I decided to let it go. And I love Instagram, don't get me wrong. I love the pictures. I love seeing women who look like me. I love seeing the art. I love seeing the music, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like at the end of the day, Instagram is a place where you're just supposed to show pictures of yourself, I guess. And it's not like I don't want to show pictures of myself, but I think after a while I started really being very judgmental of myself in terms of what does my skin look like, how am I dressed, do my pictures look nice compared to other people or compared to myself, am I getting as many likes as I was 2 months ago, are people viewing my stories as much as they were 2 weeks ago, and all this kind of stuff. And it was just like, yeah, no, this is not the environment for me. I gotta go. Because at first I was just like, why do I have commitment issues with everything that I start? Like I start something and I never finish it. But I decided that like with Instagram, it's not the same as YouTube, because with YouTube, I'm expressing my opinions. I'm sharing things that I've learned or things that hopefully are beneficial to other people. I'm talking about things that are near and dear to my heart. I'm just showing my life and just chilling. Versus on Instagram, I feel like there was like a facade that I had to create, and there was like a side of me that I had to show because that felt right, or that felt like it was reinforced by everybody who was watching it or whatever. So I've left Instagram indefinitely, and I feel like I probably will not ever be going back anytime soon. Yeah, do I miss seeing my friends and seeing people's stories and the artwork and the music? Yes, definitely. But do I miss the feelings of inadequacy or comparing myself or just making beauty the center of my life? No, I do not miss that at all. So I will be staying away from Instagram for the time being. As for my YouTube channel, I think a year ago, especially during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, I was really passionate about talking about social justice issues. And I think one thing that ended up happening was I felt very burnt out because I always felt the need to be a social justice warrior, but online. And so now what I've decided to do is like, if I feel like talking about a social justice issue on my channel, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna feel obliged to talk about it just because everybody is talking about it on the internet kind of thing. Instead, if everybody is talking about a social justice issue and I don't have the energy or I don't have the mental capacity to like go through reading about other people being harmed or being hated or all these kinds of things, if I cannot handle that, I will just not talk about it. And I think like the reason why I'm bringing this up is because for a while I felt like if I don't talk about every single social justice issue that exists, it means I don't care about it. But no, that's not the case. The case is that like sometimes I get very triggered by reading about hate crimes or reading about genocides or things like that that are committed against minority groups, because it's me reliving traumas that maybe I have experienced in microaggressions and things like that. And it's increases this feeling of like me not feeling protected, not feeling important, or not feeling like my life matters kind of thing. So I try to limit the amount of news that I consume. That doesn't mean that like I turn a blind eye and I cover my ears and go la 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 la, but I also tell myself that if I have a day where I cannot watch other people or witness other people be harmed for whatever reason, especially if it's racially charged hate and things like that, I don't have to force myself to watch it. So instead, I check in with my friends, I check in with myself, I read as much as I can and watch videos that teach me about the history of certain racial groups to learn the history about current events kind of thing, and how history is kind of repeating itself and what we can learn from that, and how I can educate myself in a way that my knowledge will become powerful. But for example, with everything that's been going on in Senegal, and I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but there's been a lot of unrest in Senegal. There have been protests because the government has been neglecting the people's needs, and the youth are rightfully angry. That whole situation has been going on in Senegal, and the best that I could do, because initially I was feeling so much pressure to do a video about what's going on in Senegal because I am Senegalese, so if I don't talk about an issue that is going on in my own country, then what does that say about how I feel about it? But then I realized like I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't have enough knowledge to come on YouTube and talk about it. So instead I just joined Instagram lives while I was on Instagram and learned as much as I could. I asked my sister, and I watch news with her and ask her questions, and we discuss the civil unrest and things like that that is going on in our country. I make dua whenever I can, and that is the best that I can do. And I'm no longer pressuring myself to be the online social justice warrior, because I have other things that I'm trying to live through and survive and all that kind of stuff. And as well as for the crime that happened in Atlanta. So I've been reading up on it as much as I can, or watching videos to learn as much as I can about the history or the recent events of the spike in hate crimes towards the Asian American and Pacific Islander community. So that's what I've been doing, and I don't feel the need anymore to performatively be an activist. I feel like there are different ways to be an activist, and being on social media kind of pushed me to think that the only way to be a social activist is to post things on my story, is to make a video every single time something happens. But that's also very exhausting, and that's also very draining, especially as a person of color who already experiences a lot of discrimination or a lot of different difficulties because of the color of my skin, or because I wear hijab or whatever it may be. It's kind of like re-traumatizing myself if I'm constantly having to stay up to date about every single hate crime and every single injustice that is done to a minority group in the United States. That's not to say I'm going to stay ignorant, but that's to say that I'm not going to push myself beyond my limits when it comes to my mental health, and when it comes to not re-traumatizing myself, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just said a mouthful, and I honestly need some water or a break. Give me a second. Other things that have been going on, I've been recommitting to studying Korean and just recommitting to just like building good habits. Really excited Ramadan is around the corner, so I've also been kind of mentally preparing myself for Ramadan, and physically as well, like trying to eat well. And I've been trying to take walks, even though I haven't taken a walk in a few days, but take walks when the weather is nice outside. And yeah, and inshallah, I'm gonna share things like that with you all on my YouTube channel. So when I'm studying Korean, when I'm preparing for Ramadan, or when I'm doing meal prep or eating and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna post that on here. And I also have been really into watching movies that I watched when I was younger, like rewatching them and just like analyzing them kind of thing. So inshallah, I'll be doing more like movie or drama reviews on my channel, and I hope that you guys will tune in. And again, for all of you that have stuck around for a whole entire year, or even if you just joined this, what do I call it? Family, community. Even if you just joined the Sincerely Soda Squad, SSS. Like, even if you've just joined today, I really appreciate you guys showing all of your support, watching, liking, commenting, sharing, whatever it is that you do, or even disliking, or even commenting things that you disagree with what I have to say. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that inshallah we will continue to just prosper and heal and grow and love and have peace. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, inshallah. Assalamualaikum. Until then, peace and love. Bye bye.